Hi everyone, my name is Yinka Adedokun. I'm a software engineer and I love developing and building amazing things using web technologies. My project is named AeTwaet. It is a microblogging D app built on top of the Eternity blockchain technology. It primarily allows users to receive tips on their posts from other users, and that is when others find the content of the post educative, informative, or interesting, they can tip such a post. And now to my smart contract. My smart contract is already included in my main.js file, which is being loaded by the app, and it is stored. I'm referencing it in a variable called contract source, and it's a payable contract that is can receive and send errands. I have a record right here which holds the details for each for any tweet. I have my record, which is a map of tweets, and basically that allows me to reference each tweet by a specific ID. I initialize the app with an empty record here, and I have a couple of entry points that I defined on the app. And the first one here is the get tweet app, which and the get tweet entry point, which basically returns a tweet provided the ID matches any ID in the state tweets. I have the get all tweets, which basically returns every tweet in the state. I have the add tweet entry point, which is stateful in that it can write to the blockchain, and so I use that in adding new tweets to the state. And basically all it does is just to um, create a new detail for a tweet using the address of the user, the name, the avatar, and every other thing that have been supplied by the user. And next is the tweet, the tip tweet entry point. This entry point is payable and also stateful. It is payable in because it involves sending and receiving errands. And so what I did specifically in this entry point is to get the specific tweet that is being tipped using the get tweet entry point that I've defined above, and then I use the change of spend method to get the value, to get the address of the person tipping, and then the value, the amount they are tipping, and then I update the data on the data of the a specific tweet, and then I save it back on the blockchain. I have my contract address here, which is the address of where the smart contract is being deployed. Currently the app is deployed on the testnet, so which means for it to be accessed you have to be on the testnet and not in the mainnet. And now to my JavaScript. I actually use the functional paradigm in developing the app, and that makes it easy for me to be able to manipulate the DOM without having to have a mental stress of what is happening and where is it happening. And yeah, I have some event listener on the floating button, which I use in adding new tweets. I have an event listener on the close button on the form loader, which can be used in closing the modal when it pops up. I have a toggle spinner function here, which basically I use that in managing the state of my spinner, and actually it kind of helps in a lot of way, and I use it a lot throughout the life cycle of the app. I have an async function here, which basically I use in fetching data from the blockchain. Here I initialize the 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 app object, get the contract instance, and then get the the tweet from the blockchain using the contract instance method. And then here in the the window object, I'm adding an event listener. the, the load event, I'm listening for the load event. After the event that the window has loaded, I'm performing an async function to fetch data from the blockchain and then display the data that I get from the blockchain. As you can see, I'm using the toggle spinner function here to manage the state of the spinner without having to do a lot of manipulation on my side. The function actually does that. And here I have a function called create new element. And basically what the function does is to get a parameter which is an object, and then use the parameter in constructing in an HTML element. Some of the parameters involves, and some of the options rather involve the element ID, the class, and the text, and then I return the new element. This actually makes it easy for me to create a lot, not even a couple, a lot of elements while I'm interacting with the DOM. Basically, you can see I have a function here called create tweet panel, which creates a panel for every tweet, and I'm using the create new panel and the create new element rather to create the HTML elements that I'm rendering. And down here I have the render tweets function. What the function does is to render tweets panels on the on the DOM. It attaches the data that I fetch that have been converted to HTML element into the DOM. It injects this data into the DOM. As you can see, I await the data and I sort it, and I'm sorting the data that I get from the blockchain based on the number of total tips. So which means the tweet with the highest number of tips gets to stay at the top. And here I'm actually removing existing children from the tweet container using the while loop. This can be an expensive operation, but for this kind of project, it's not really kind of it's still okay for this kind of project, since it's still a very small project. So it's really okay to perform that kind of operation of removing the element and then appending the new element. And yeah, I have a listener, a submit listener on the form element, which submits the tweet that is it submits the tweets, and then a lot of other operations are performed alongside it. One of the things I did here is when the form is submitted, I toggle on the spinner, and then I use the contract instance method AeTwaet, which is on my which is defined rather on my contract, on my smart contract, to add a new tweet. I then go on to fetch the current state, the current data on the blockchain, which means that should another person use the app at that moment, I will be able to get all the data on the on the blockchain rather at that specific time, and then return it back to the user, which means that users can always get up to date information and up to date data at all time. So here I'm clearing the form, and then I'm closing the form modal automatically, and then I render have the tweet here again. I'm using the render tweet here, which I've declared at the top, and then I'm toggling off the spinner, and here I'm logging out any error. Ideally I could have actually created a pop-up to show users any error, but for this kind of app, I think I think logging the error to the console is still okay. And then now to the app UI itself. And now I'm in my base app. I'm going to connect to the testnet so that I will be able to use the app. Remember the contract address is and the smart contract rather is deployed on the testnet, so that means I have to connect with testnet to use it. and now I'll go to the address. The project is currently being hosted on GitHub, so I can enter the address, which is Yinka. Okay, now I have the spinner loading where data from the blockchain is being fetched, and if you can see now, I have a couple of tweets here that is on it that have been um, some of them are from other users of the who try to check out the project. And basically, the CSS is not really that much. Just have to put things together so I can display things. And I didn't want to put in Bootstrap and any other dependencies, since it's just a very simple application. And one of the things that can be done is tipping tweets. For example, I can tip this tweet. Let's give it 5,000 ARs. Then let's tip. Now I'm being asked for confirmation. The tweet now has gotten 5,000 additional tips, and now it is having one more extra tips. So that shows that the tipping is working. And then let's try to add a let's try and add a new tweet. Let's see if it's going to work. So user 01. Let's give it an avatar. Let's use an avatar. I think I have one here loaded already. So let's say trying out a tweet. Yeah, let's tweet that. Okay. Now, if we scroll down, we can see the new tweet we just posted. The reason this is here is because in the JavaScript, every data that is being fetched from the blockchain are being sorted according to the number of total tips that they get. So if I give, okay, let's check the tweet with the highest number. This is 79,000. Okay, 79,000 plus. So let's give this 80,000 ARs. Okay, I'm having a little difficulty with network here. Okay, it's asking for confirmation. And now, as you can see, that the tweet is no longer at the bottom. And if we scroll all the way to the top, we can see that the new tweet, which has 0, is now at the top because it's having the 1,000 tips, which is more than the 79,151 aeons that the previous one had. So that is how tweets have been sorted on the app. And as I would be rounding up, I would like to say that this app is just a demo of what is possible with of what can be developed with the eternity blockchain technology, or any blockchain technology as a whole. Things that can be done, possible use cases. This application that I developed can be morphed into different applications. For instance, it can be made a microblogging platform, a full blogging platform for various users. People post their content, and when people find them very informative or find them very interesting, they can receive tips, and that makes it that would make it crucial that people post what is right, what is correct, what is proved, what has been proven. So people just don't post garbages. And also, this can be used in developing a. This can be this application can be moved into a Q&A community and platform where people ask questions, and then when a question is being accepted, or when a question sorry when an answer rather is being accepted or kind of works for anybody, such an answer can be tipped with aeons. So that makes it a kind of a reward system for users. So basically the app can be used in the app can be morphed into